Tonight, in this tarot reading, I'm going to be channeling the energy of Xavior Harrelson. And Xavier Harrelson was reported missing on May 27th, 2021, which was only days before his 11th birthday. So, over 4 months later, his body was finally found in a farmer's field because the farmer was tending to his field and came across the body of Xavier Harrelson, unfortunately. So far, no arrests have been made, even though this happened in 2021. And also, recently, or more recently, so after this happened, Xavier Harrelson's mother sold $620 worth of meth to an undercover police officer, and that was in February of 2022. And she only got 2 years of probation for that. So I found that to be weird. I found that to be very odd. So anyway, I feel really, my heart goes out to Xavier. I feel like he just wants love. All he ever wanted was to be loved and accepted. And he would literally do anything for anyone because he loved everyone. So that's why I want to just get justice for Xavier Harrelson. So I'm going to light this candle in honor of the energy of Xavier Harrelson. And as this candle is lit, I am going to open myself as a channel so that Xavier can use my voice to tell his story and to let the world know what really happened to him in May of 2021. So I ask that the highest vibrations of light and love connect to my highest self and release all previous programming and unwanted energies. And now I am going to set aside my ego and personal identity so that the energy of Xavier Harrelson can be channeled through me while this candle is lit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Orange is Xavier's favorite color, so I decided to wear orange, and I'm drinking orange because I feel like kids also really love soda, so that's yummy. Okay, I'm going to start by pulling 3 of these in regards to Xavier Harrelson's case. I'm going to shuffle the deck 3 times, cut the deck, and draw a card, and then repeat 2 more times. All right, Xavier. Multiple people were involved in the crime. All right. So according to the first card, it was not a one-man show, this crime. All right. Take a closer look at one of the suspects. I wonder which suspect. I have my own personal opinions. All right, Xavier, let's pull one more of these. Multiple people were involved in the crime. Take a closer look at one of the suspects. I'm going to shuffle this deck one more time, then cut the deck. The killer is out of the area. So, did someone leave the area where this took place? No longer living there? I don't know. Very interesting. All right, Xavier. I'm going to now pull 3 of the Rider-Waite cards. I'll shuffle the deck 3 times, cut the deck, and then draw all 3 cards right off the top. I just want to know the energy of the events leading up to your death. What happened to you, Xavier? Ace of Pentacles is reversed. So my first thought, even with no other cards being pulled off the deck yet, is like feeling like a lack of money or something. This one is the Knight of Swords, a feeling of charging forth. Not really putting much thought into it. It's actually a very chaotic feeling. It's just like charging forth without thinking. And then we have Queen of Wands reversed. I feel like the Queen of Wands reversed is rather kind of like superstitious, maybe. Or in some way, trying to hide behind the shadows, right? Because normally the Queen of Wands is like the sunflower facing the sun, right? The cat down here is a partner, right? Someone who can help her. But with this reverse, I feel like the Queen of Wands, which is reverse, is more of a superstitious queen. One who doesn't like the black cat. And one who hides within the shadows in some way. Okay? Let's see what else we get, because I will get a little clarity now with the Deviant Moon deck. I'll do the same. Shuffle a few times. Cut the deck, and I'll draw all 3 cards. Tell us more about the energy. Tell us more about the energy leading up to this crime. Okay, so first we have the 7 of Cups. Here's what that one looks like. I feel like with this one, there's this picture being drawn by the character here, and the image is of a sad moon face. There are different people hiding behind that sad picture, and there are 3 cups that are tipped or spilled, and 4 cups that are upright. So, I feel like even though I feel like the child painting the picture is Xavier. I feel like Xavier has such an emphasis on the spilled cups due to the people behind the image itself, the image of unhappiness, the image of sadness, the arms holding up the image that he's drawing. I feel like there are people in his life, or at least a person in his life, who makes him focus more on what's wrong with him, what's wrong with life, and what they don't have. Even though they still have cups that are completely fine and standing, in fact, you have 1 more cup that is standing. It's like you're still only seeing those 3 that are knocked over or upside down. Okay, so this one is the 6 of Swords, but it came out reversed. So I feel like there's this sense of not being able to get out of a situation. Definitely a sense of the mental conflict is almost like a prison, because it's like you can't get out. Oh, and then we have the Ten of Cups, which is like the happy family, right? Oh. I feel like with this one reversed next to that one, yeah, I just feel like with these two next to each other like that, I feel like there's just this sense of wanting a happy family, which I really do think is Xavier. Xavier's the Ten of Cups. He really wants this happy family, but there are others, or even himself at times, who just can't seem to bring their thoughts to create such an environment, you know? So it's like about a misuse of the thoughts. Again, it's like that sense of charging forth without thinking about something. So maybe for some reason, as I was gazing at the Ten of Cups here, I don't know if his mom had a boyfriend or something like that, but I just, you know, I had this like thought that this is Xavier and this is his mother and a boyfriend or a romantic partner of some kind. And if you notice, it's like they all have the black moon instead of the full moon, so it's like the hidden moon, right? The hidden light. It's an image of darkness, even if they acted like it was an image of happiness, too. That's another kind of double meaning there. All right, Xavier, tell us about what happened to you. Can you tell us more about what happened to you that caused your death? How did you end up in that field? Whoa, that was way too many. But the one on top, I'm putting it back in the deck, is Caregiver. But it came with a whole bunch. So I'll go ahead and put it back. I feel like, yeah, Law Enforcement was upside down on the other side as well. So one end was Caregiver and Law Enforcement upside down on the other. So this could have had something to do with Xavier's Caregiver as well as bad police work. The reason why no arrests have been made in this case so far. The reason why we will have to take a closer look at a suspect. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh my gosh, you guys. This one popped out over here. And these two were in my hand and this one flew behind me. So I got the family card. Again, family. And I got the dating accomplice, partner in crime. Remember? Multiple people were involved. Accomplice. Was she dating someone? Like I said. We also got the family card. Interesting. All right, Xavier. Thank you. Set these here. See if there's any other messages in this deck here. This one just kind of stayed in my hand, so I sat it down. It says surveillance. There may be some kind of surveillance. I don't know if like maybe a neighbor saw something, or, you know, maybe there's businesses along some route that might have seen something. What else do you want to tell us? Murder / S word, but I think that we got this card because it's the M word here. Being blindly led into the slaughter. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's my limit, but we'll do it. So we got road. So again, I don't know if there's like a surveillance along the road or something. Maybe someone else saw something. We also got government-controlled media. Whenever I get this card, I just get that like Something's being covered up. And even though I put the reversed law enforcement back, oh my gosh. We got corruption and justice. These were upside down the deck, so I'm putting them back, okay? But just FYI, I just noticed that when I was going to talk about how I had the law enforcement card reversed on one end of the little pile that flipped over and caregiver on the other, right? So I feel like this card is kind of tied to the whole reverse law enforcement, kind of what I was talking about with that. Like, kind of like maybe there's just not enough care here. Like, hello, we have a little boy who needs justice, right? There's too much corruption for justice right now. All right. Okay, so caregiver. And then we also have drug/poison and cover up. So I'm wondering if whatever happened was like a drug-induced thing, like a rage, kind of like the Benoit thing. And then the rest is just a cover up. So like putting him in a cornfield, or it wasn't a cornfield. I think it was a soybean field, but I'm not sure. Whatever the case, he was found in a farmer's field. So all of that was just kind of like a part of the cover up. And it's possible that the accomplice is someone who's dating, you know, someone in the family. Because we also got multiple people were involved in the crime, right? Take a closer look at one of the suspects. And strange, we also got the killer is out of the area. So currently, the killer must not be living around there or being around there. So, I don't know. All right, so road. I'm putting that with kind of like the surveillance. Like someone could have seen something along this road. Or there could be some kind of evidence along the road. Caregiver, drugs, and cover up, you know? And we also got that, which is reminding me of the reversed law enforcement card. Interesting. Okay. What else do you want to tell us, Xavier? What else do you want to tell about yourself? Okay. Okay, well, yes, intuition, and then the last one that fell out was home. Okay, so intuitively, I thought my first thought about this was that something happened at home. Like I said, with the whole, you know, the drugs cover up. I feel like it happened at home, and then everything else was a cover-up. And it's like, yes, intuition. We were at home. Okay, so I don't feel like anyone stole him on the road while he was riding his bike. No one kidnapped him or snatched him off the street. The crime took place at home. Is what I believe Xavier's trying to tell us there. Whoops, that was... Oh gosh, okay. Yeah. Okay, here's what Xavier's telling me. He had fear of his own bloodline. Fear of his bloodline. Who would that be? Probably that. Also, as a double here with the caregiver card, Xavier was the caregiver for his mother as well. Xavier, even though he was only a 10-year-old boy, he was required to do many things around the house. He was also the caregiver. But of course, other people believed, you know, whatever. But I believe that Xavier was fearful of that. And we also got power supply with the secret space program. But what I get from these cards is that no matter what the facade is on the outside, it's just a facade. So, like, they would try to look like a normal family or doing normal things, or, oh, that was nothing but a fight, you know, that we were having, but everything was fine. That's all a form. The secrecy is a form of keeping the power in the house, a form of keeping the power in line with what was going on inside of the home. Okay? All right, Xavier, do you want to tell us anything else about your mom? I think that the person is plugged into the internet, keeping a close eye on everything, making sure nothing's coming out. Making sure nothing's coming out, right? What else is there? That was too many. Let's just put those back. Okay. Any other messages for you? Oh gosh. Yeah, okay. So, as I was shuffling just now, I was gazing at this Ace of Pentacles reversed. Because I had this feeling it was about money, like not having enough. And then this card came out as I was thinking that exact thing. And it was surviving the daily hustle. So I do feel like this whole, maybe like whatever led to this crime could have had to do with needing money for something. Well, drugs probably. Or maybe owing money, somehow getting money. Maybe the fight was about that or something. There might have been some kind of offer made. I don't know. And maybe the receipts, because it says show me proof, might be on the internet because we got that plugged in, you know. So there might be something with these 4 cards. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments down below. By the way, don't forget to click like on this video because it'll really help it to reach more people. And I want Xavier to get justice here, okay? And if you haven't yet, please pray for justice for Xavier Harrelson because all he wanted was to be loved his whole life. He would do anything for anyone. And all he wanted in return was love. I feel like he was so taken advantage of because of his big, old, loving heart. I feel like his family that he feared didn't deserve him because he was so loving. Okay. I feel like because his heart was so big, that's why he was kind of like a source of power to the caregiver. All right? Okay. Xavier, do you have anything else you want to add to this? Ooh. Hidden. What was I saying? I told you there's like a weird, when I told you about the secret space program, there was this hidden like feeling, you know? And look, hidden sadness. There's so much hidden sadness inside of Xavier because all he wanted to show people was his big old smile. He had such a big, bright smile, and he would give him his bright eyes, and he'd just smile at everybody, but I just want everyone to hear his story. I just dropped a bunch. So I think it's pretty much, that's going to be it for right now. I think we have all of the answers that we really need right now. Xavier had a lot of hidden sadness in his life, unfortunately, because like I said, he just had this big happy smile for everybody and a helping hand. He's such a good kid. But he did live with fear. There were definitely more than one person involved, possibly someone involved as well who's been dating someone in the family, obviously, because we got that card with it as well. Remember everything we said before. It kind of came to fruition in other cards as well, and how Xavier just kind of had this focus on what was spilled all the time, even though he had more standing. I feel like people wouldn't tell him how great he is, even though he's a really great kid, you know? They always told him that he wasn't great. That's why, like, the thoughts couldn't get him to this place of the happy family he wanted, right? Because there's just black, the dark hidden moon. The hidden moon is their faces. Could have had to do with money and like some type of weird stuff like that. And the law enforcement is just kind of like, yeah, doesn't really matter what was going on there. Could have had to do with some type of getting money, offering your child to people, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't put it past him. So yeah, I'm so sorry, Xavier, that this is how your life was spent. But I know you're in a better place. So now it's time to send Xavier Harrelson back to the energy from where he came. So, Xavier Harrelson, thank you so much for being here and for opening up and telling your story. And now I'm going to send you back to the energy from where you came. And I'm going to close myself off as a channel. I will no longer be a channel for the energy of Xavier Harrelson. But thank you so much for being here.